Diane,
Is it that time?
it's that time.
All right. Oh,
And Carrie, do you have anything for,
No,
I don't think
I
she-
have.
okay, which is
We
fine.
went through that.
I
when
didn't
she
get a chance to
arrived.
do that, so, all right, cool. You guys
Do
got
you want me
it.
to
You
pass
got
these
it.
out for you?
All right.
Let's see.
Our guest today is Carrie. Natividad, sorry about that. And Carrie has been an architect and a partner at LDA, a local architecture firm located in Stockton and Sacramento. And she told me, I believe it's been 21 years, so she's been doing this a while. She enjoys most mentoring younger designers and winning design competitions. Some of her projects around the area are Stribley Park, I believe this is Pinella Park, and Busker Community Centers, the Antigua Transit Station, and River Islands High School. Diane, she isn't, anyway, figured she'd be interested. The last several years, most of her projects have been all over California, and mostly have been police stations, fire station, and her favorite project type, animal shelters. Anyway, Carrie is a good friend of Karen's, and word has it, she's interested in joining Rotary. So let's give her a warm welcome, Carrie.
All right, thank you guys for having me, and then actually I have enough for everyone to have a packet. I went old school, yeah, I went old school and did paper, so trusty paper. So, and then Karen told me, I guess, last winter about the Rotary Read-In. And I used to do the Rotary Read-In through one of our previous partners at my office, Greg Wasowski. He's part of Sunrise Rotary. One of my favorite things I always do. And so this year I asked her to make sure that I could, read with you guys for our classes back in, I think it was February, to do the Rotary Read-In. And that day, I was like, had so much on my plate. I was like really stressed. I was like, oh my goodness, one more thing I have to do. But as soon as I got there and I walked into, I think, the teacher's lounge, there's other people that were retired teachers, members here, and then we were just hanging out, relaxing, and then we got to read to the classroom. And as soon as I was sitting down in front of those kids, I was not thinking about the long list of things to do at home and work and whatnot. I just thoroughly enjoyed my time with the kids. And it was great. I'm glowing right now. It's a wonderful thing. You can see all their faces light up. And anyways, that was my introduction to Rotary, being back here. And thank you for letting me be a part of that. There's a few things on here. Here you guys are a ruckus group and like to have fun. Number 5 rule of this Rotary Club. So I was gonna say, like all the things about me and my profession, that's one thing. But what you guys will probably remember more is other things. So this summer, I'm super excited that my family and I were going to Yellowstone for a week for vacation. So I've been really pumped about that and learning things. I find knitting, washing dishes, and baking sourdough incredibly cathartic, and I love it. Any Harry Potter fans in here? If there's any Harry Potter fans, my house would be Hufflepuff. If you know, you know. If you don't, you have to read the books, are great. Currently, I'm reading a book called Circe, which is wonderful. If you guys get a chance to pick that up. And then my number 1 item on my bucket list is to one day go swimming with manatees in Florida. So, kind of random, but anyways. So today I am presenting about the Children's Museum. And I probably, like most people here, discovered Children's Museum if you had young kids, young grandkids, where you would take them, something to go do, maybe to escape the heat or the rain. And so that's exactly what I did when I was a young parent of 2, 18 months apart, and keeping them busy into things, not fighting for the same toy, not constantly asking me for a screen or for a snack. We could go there and they would be completely just captivated by whatever was around, and they would still sometimes fight, play, want to do the same thing, or want to do something together but the other one doesn't, but they would enjoy their time there. And for me, and like most parents, it's a break, right? Because sometimes they got a lot of energy, and if your energy doesn't match theirs, they don't care. So So I spent lots and lots of days there at the Children's Museum. And then I joined Leadership Stockton through the chamber. Yeah, some people know it. And our community projects that year were both the Teen Impact Center, it's no longer here, it was a gem, and the Children's Museum. So we're really focused on, improving those pieces in our community. And it really, truly is a gem. And so that's when I got re-involved with the Children's Museum. We got to do some things there to fundraise and improve. And then after that, I kind of stayed on just helping the museum with whatever little things that they needed. They needed fencing because they were having to every morning, just kind of move the homeless out from under their doorstep because it was a place of, protection from the elements. They needed updates. There was a complaint about an accessibility requirement, so I helped with that. Helped with one of their newer exhibits, the space exhibit. That was, done in collaboration with our local astronaut, Jose Hernandez. Hope I got that right. And so I stayed on just really doing that, and then for the last 2 years, I became part of the board, and most recently, vice president. So, and I find that, like, even when I go there, just like the Rotary read-in, and when I go to meetings, or I'm there for whatever it is that I need to be at the museum, like, everything pauses. I'm not stressed about things. I remember the cause. I know I'm there. I see the parents having a lovely afternoon because their kids are just having fun running around. And I see them being able to just take a break and relax. And then you see the kids running around, having fun, doing all the things that kids need to be doing. And then this is like the ironic part about it, but one of the things that rings so true. When you go through the museum, and you guys will get a chance to in a month, you kind of go through it counterclockwise. The last thing that you come through, usually, and it's just by, I'm not sure why, but that's the way the kids like to go, you come through a fish, and then you end up at the water tables. And those water tables are so fun. It's like tactile, it's messy, it's great. And then you leave going by the office, and like, it doesn't fail. There is a lot of tears because parents are like, hey, we gotta go, we're leaving, and dragging those kids away from the water table is terrible. So the last noise I love to hear coming out of the museum is the tears. So, because you know that, like, their last couple hours at the museum, they had a great time, and, like, they're gonna wanna come back. Why the museum is so important now, where, it was founded many, many years ago. It was founded out of the tragedy of Cleveland School. There was the first mass shooting in the U.S. was here in Stockton. And there were, I think, 5 children who lost their lives. And the community decided that the best way to
Heal.
Exactly.
Heal.
To heal was to do something that was interactive, and a living monument, but would always give to the children. And so that's the start of the Children's Museum. It was born out of tragedy, but it's been bringing joy to our community ever since. So now, many, many years later, this happened in the, I think, early 80s. Now, one of the challenges is keeping kids off devices, off screens, having them interact with each other, play, completely unstructured play, right? And that's probably the challenge of, like, teachers. I know there's some former teachers here, and parents, is being able to, like, not have your kids ask for devices, not have them distracted that way, but go out and play. When you have unstructured play, I have it here, there's, and I think it's also in the handouts, like, unstructured play, it promotes everything. Brain development, motor skills, cooperation, emotional regulation, problem solving, confidence, and concentration. And you can see it when these kids are playing. Like, if you look hard, not just seeing the mess and the noise, but if you look hard, like, kids when they're playing, they are absolutely in a state of flow. They are concentrating, they're problem solving, they're working it out. You can see them, it looks like they're playing, but they're also, like, their faces are serious and they're trying to put something together, trying to work something out. And so, and that's where growth happens, that's where development happens. And when the kids can have that state where they're, like, so immersed in something, that's where the magic happens for them. So, so this is my why, and it's probably been my why for a while. And And anyways, I can't wait to see you guys there. It'll be really wonderful. So the last couple of years, we have a new executive director who has been absolutely amazing, Edward Figueroa. I'm sure that name might
He came
ring
and
bells.
visited.
He
I
came
don't know when,
visited.
But it was during Evan's
Last year.
Oh, last year, okay.
presidency.
Wonderful, wonderful executive director. Before, I think he was at Stockton Homeless Shelter, or maybe St. Mary's Tiny
St.
Home.
Mary's.
St. Mary's
St.
Tiny
Mary's.
Home, right. And so with him and the board, and some of the people on the board have been founders of the Children's Museum. One was the victim advocate. We have the principal of the school, a lot of people who have been seeing this mission all the way through, and he's been incredibly wonderful for our mission and what we're doing. It being open for so long, since the mid-'80s, we've got a number of exhibits that have just seen better days, and some things that, just need to be updated. And corridors kind of reactivated in the Children's Museum. So there's a lot that we're working on, that we're doing. If you look at the last page, we've brought on some new exhibits. Let me see, I got it in my packet too. So, and really proud of them and really excited because, for a long time, the Children's Museum has had the same exhibits. And there's one in particular I really think of, Rotary. So the first one is we redid our stage. It used to have a lot of other things on there. So now we have a real stage. Kids are using it for puppet shows, making their own shows. We have costumes that they can dress up in. Right below that is our airflow. So it has all these, the pneumatic tubes that you'd have at a bank drive-through. It's like that, but this one's fun, right? There's different places where you can put in scarves and squishy balls and all kinds of other things, and you can close some other, airways, and then you can make your objects fly all different ways through the airflow, and maybe come out in different parts. So really fun new exhibit. That's County of San Joaquin Office of Ed helped us with that one. We have new playgrounds, which are great. So because we're not just indoors, we're outdoors. And then with it, my picture cut off, but we worked with I forget which group, but we have musical instruments that are out there also. There's flowers and some other shapes, so it's drums, things you can make sound and noise with. With Kaiser, we started a heart race bicycle. So this is what I see all the time. Kids want to challenge their parents on a bicycle. And there's 2 monitors where it shows your circulatory system. So it's the first one who can pump all of the blood through, in and out of the heart and through the body, is the one that wins. And it's very cute to watch. And then those who can't reach the pedals or not able-bodied, there's hand crank instead. So you can use a hand crank. So we try to make everything very inclusive. And then above there is the 2-in-1 exhibit. So this is the only digital exhibit that we have. And the reason why we allowed it, because really, we call it a children's museum, but everything there is meant to be played with. Not play gently, play hard with it. But this is the only one that we have, but it's interactive because you do certain things, on the floor, and then you press, whatever on the button, and it becomes different scenes. So it is really interactive. The kids are moving all around this map on the floor. And then this one replaced, I think it was our post office. So, which you can see the time. And then what we just opened, which I immediately thought of you guys, is we have our reading room now. So this is also we did this one in conjunction with San Joaquin County Office of Ed. So here we have children's books, we have bean bags. We're hoping to get more and more books, from people that can contribute them. So it's also a nice place just to kind of sit down in the beanbag, enjoy, storytell, and we see it getting used quite often. So those are the new exhibits that I wanted to share with you. So besides raising money to be able to always have maintenance of our exhibits, just the general care of our facility, is that what one of our really big goals is to have discounted and free entrance for everyone, for anyone who comes. We were recently received a donation from Supervisor Canepa and then one other anonymous donor. So we will be able to use this year. And the program is called Museums for All. So you're able to come in as a family, show your EBT card, and then get discounted entrance. As we know, things are expensive right now. And admission is $10 per person, child or adult. And for some families, it's become a lot, right? And so the more we can offer this to everyone that's in our community and beyond, that's our goal. So that's one of our big goals is free admissions. Our other one is having free field trips. Schools also feel like that burden of just the cost of getting a bus to be able to come to the museum. And believe it or not, so the museum, it's well known here in Stockton, but we've had guests from 27 different states and regularly from 24 different cities in our community. So they're coming from a ways. And a lot of times this will be a children's maybe only time coming to the museum. So we really want to be able to expand that and have it more available. One of our big draws is our art room. So just like in our museum, it's free play for all. One of the things that we've done, kind of changing a little bit of our policy, is we would make sure that kids would keep certain items in display areas. Like we have a grocery store. So we would tell kids, okay, you have to leave the toy head of cabbage in the grocery store. And we have a little vet clinic, and we'll say, you have to leave, it's a snake. You have to leave the snake in the vet clinic, and other things. And we changed that because when we started kind of like following the kids around, there was a reason. They wanted to take this head of lettuce to the vet store to feed their pet snake. Or they wanted to take their pet snake on a ride on the fire engine. And so we decided it's okay. It's a bit more for us to kind of keep track of and find it, but we should really allow their imagination to just go wherever it takes them. So with that said, our art room is the same. When kids get assignments for art in class, it's a particular thing. Like they're learning how to build something, there's an assignment that comes with it. Our art room, we have things and we'll demonstrate how to, do a project or give them suggestions, but really it's use as much of this stuff as you want, however you feel like you need to. Glitter, glue, construction paper, egg crates, all of it. Go crazy. Do whatever you want. Like this is your chance to do all of the things and not worry about it. And don't worry about mom and dad or the teacher having to clean up after you. Just enjoy it. So we're always looking to keep that art room staffed. Right now we have staff that can, do all the things, but if someone isn't able to make it that day, the first thing that ends up not being fulfilled to have a person there, employee there to manage it, is our art room. So there's times where we do have to close that. And then again, we're looking to update our exhibits and then the repairs that, that are always needed. Real quick, because I forgot to do this, I was going to ask you guys, and I've been talking for a while. So when you were kids, or what was your favorite game to play or favorite thing to do? I know mine was red light, green light. I could play red light, green light anytime. So I was going to break through whoever was over there, their arms, and run through. Do you guys have any favorite games?
Doorbell ditch?
Doorbell ditch. Yes.
He's honest.
Yes. Yeah, I don't think kids can do that anymore. Everyone has a camera at their door.
That's right.
But yeah, that was great fun.
We used to like to build ramps and then ride our stingrays and jump off the ramp.
Yeah.
We got scars to show.
Yeah.
Cops and robbers.
Yeah. Cops and robbers.
Yeah.
Roller skates.
Yes.
Tetherball.
Any sport.
Pom-pom, pull away, shark. Great games.
Ride your bike and stand on the seat as long as you could go.
Oh.
Yeah, it was dangerous.
I want to be right
Tear
here.
knocked out.
Plus I lived in Fresno with puncture lines all over.
Yeah. Any other games? But yeah,
I probably shouldn't admit it, but my favorite was Cowboys and Indians. With a real bow and arrow that had
Really?
suction cup arrows.
yes.
We were a dangerous group, huh?
Shotgun, revolver, shotgun.
Yeah, oh.
Yeah.
I like the water rockets. And I always
Hopalong
put-
Cassidy,
pump them
Sully
up
Gun.
and then shoot 'em up, but I always try to put a parachute on it. You put the parachute on, and when it shoots up, hopefully it comes straight down and the parachute will work.
If not, it just flutters down and dies.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so all of those are unstructured, dangerous play. But like the best kind, right? It's the best kind of play.
We're alive.
The best thing, almost.
Yeah, stuff where there's enough risk in there, right? Enough risk where like it.
Lawn darts?
Yeah.
Lawn darts.
That's right, yeah.
So, let's see. I think I might have. So, anyways, we're lucky. We're lucky to have this museum here with us. There's other museums that are in the outlying areas, which there's truly a museum where there's a particular task that you do at each exhibit. There might be things that are like screens and displays where it's regulated. Our museum, we're maintaining the position that we want this unstructured play and to keep it that way, but it's all for these reasons, right? Like all the reasons that you guys put forth here for the things that you guys like to do. Whereas unstructured, there's a little bit of risk. It's really exciting. Those are the things that you remember, and those are probably the things that were like the biggest challenges. So ways that you can support, you're going to be doing the tour, you'll see all of the things firsthand. So please come to that meeting. I'll be there. Edward will be there, and we'll be able to give you some more insight on our museum, what we do, and more about our goals. If you can volunteer, so we always would love people to come volunteer, read, be in the art room, just kind of assist kind of throughout, right? There's always like, little this and that needs to happen. We have lots of special events. We just had one where we had our Ghostbusters, where they did a slime event. So we get lots and lots of families those days. If you have any special talents, so anything silly that you would want to share with the kids, do that. I know that like mine I'll do sometimes is I'll go and I face paint. So I'll just kind of sit with my paints, and as like I paint one person, like one little like bug on a cheek, soon enough everyone starts hearing about it throughout the museum. So I'll have kids kind of coming over and getting their face painted. So anything can. Donate. So we're always looking for new books, gently used books. Our age range is really 3 to about 9 years old. That's kind of like the like our target age. I will tell you though, last year my son had to come with me to one of our meetings. So I had him and I had one other boy there that I had to take home afterwards, both 12. We were there for an hour and a half. I just said, I'm in a meeting, you guys just have to do whatever. Like they played, just the two of them, for an hour and a half. Never heard from them. They're just running around doing their thing. And so I think there's a lot of kids that like, you're preteen, you really want to climb the fire truck. Like it doesn't change. Join our Toy Soldier Brigade. Those are our members that are, have made pledges from 1 through 5 years, or have done tribute gifts. One unique thing that one of our partners did, Valley Mountain Regional Center, they provide services for children with various disabilities. And so what they did to help support the museum is for all of their clients, they provided 1-year membership. So it's a guardian and a child membership. And their clients are making great use out of it. We actually do have certain days that we have for kids who are neurodivergent or on the autism spectrum, who might have issues with all the noises that can happen in the museum. So we reserve times regularly. It's on a schedule that they can come in and they know that we've turned off some of those displays that make sounds. Like we have the spaceship that blasts off, we have the cow that moves a lot. So we support, all those children. And then the other one that's like probably the most important is really helping us to spread the word about our mission, what the Children's Museum does. If you know people who are aligned with this mission, send them our way. This is, the community that we're always working towards, just getting to know and having them join our group of ambassadors. Anyone? I know I've been talking a lot. You guys have any questions? Anything? Yeah.
So I worked with with Mary Elizabeth on the original construction of the Children's Museum, did all the electrical. And I personally got involved. My pet project was the conversion of the fire truck, police car, and motorcycle lighting and siren system. Converting it from the standard automotive 12-volt system to safe low voltage controls, and building in controls so that it would time out and reset, and it'd be a pause before it could be reactivated again, so that
Yeah.
the kids couldn't sit there and keep running the siren.
They would.
Yeah,
They really would.
that was, you know, and this is back in the 80s when, you know, everything was done with relays, you know, hardwiring and relays, and, you know, that's what I did personally, and I was like, I just love doing it. And I hope it's still working.
Yes, it still works.
Okay.
Yeah, so what's wild is we just changed out our lights to LEDs like maybe 6 months ago. So probably everything that you originally wired in that building was there.
Worked a long time, yeah.
They flicker.
They flicker?
No, we didn't have a dimmer. No flickering.
No, yeah, you didn't have any dimmers on that one.
Yeah.
They were not dimmable.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you're coming back so you can see it. You can test it out. We can try to like make the
Great.
standard lights come on. Yeah.
Any other questions for Carrie?
No?
Thank you so much. Thank you very